Looking for the perfect hidden gem for your next night out? Welcome to Almost on the Lake, where the food is delicious. The service is top-notch. And the atmosphere feels like home. Family owned and locally loved. Come see why everyone is talking about Almost on the Lake.
Nestled in the heart of historic downtown Wilkesboro, the 1915 offers a wedding experience like no other. Once a federal courthouse and post office, the 1915 combines rich history with timeless charm. From intimate gatherings to full-day rentals, we provide the perfect backdrop for your most cherished moments. With indoor and outdoor options, bridal and groom suites, every detail is crafted just for you. Make your wedding unforgettable at the 1915, Wilkesboro's historic wedding venue, where your story begins.
Closed captions for this episode of Life in Wilkes is brought to you by Deal Insurance Agency in Wilkesboro, an award-winning, experienced, family-owned and operated agency with service and coverage that goes above and beyond expectations. Join us on a captivating journey as we explore the charm, history, and vibrant culture of Wilkes County. Discover the hidden gems, inspiring stories, and remarkable people that make Wilkes a place worth knowing and celebrating. Join us now and experience the unique essence of life in Wilkes.
Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Mr.
How are the two of you doing?
Well, pretty good, I guess, yeah.
Since we were together last time, it's been like a marathon journey for the both of you in so many different ways. CJ, you've been singing all over everywhere. And did you use one of your gigs down on the close to the water to blend that in with your vacation?
No, we actually we were going away all together. We just wanted to be away. So.
So you didn't have to perform or anything. Where did y'all go?
Dolphin
Island.
Dolphin Island.
Alabama.
Dolphin Island, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I imagine people would be surprised to know that there were dolphins in Alabama.
There's a bunch.
So you saw them though,
Yep.
And they've got a great coastline, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah, it's beautiful.
It is.
Orange Beach, I guess, is where
We went to Orange Beach to see a concert, and
at the
then
Wharf Theater.
How was that?
it was great.
Amazing.
Who was playing?
Red Clay Strays and Muscadine Bloodline.
Oh my gosh!
And what was the other guy's name? Jensen.
Yeah, Justin Jensen.
Justin Jensen. He sounds a lot like Willie.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen all three of those, and Muscadine Bloodline. I really like that
they're-
group.
they're-
They're real solid.
Yeah.
You know, they played in Wilkes County.
Yeah, Charlie and Gary.
Yep.
Yeah.
CJ, did you open for him?
Yeah, well, we weren't on that. That's that Alex Key, I think, opened that show, but we were.
Well,
on the series.
that was at Call Family Distilleries
Yes.
on the Mash House stage.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
I remember that.
Yep.
I think we were filming something over there
I
then.
think they've
several
been down there a
times.
couple times.
Yeah. Wow. So you went away, and were you able to hang out with any of the guys, or were you truly a tourist just in the audience?
We were just
Just tourists.
spectating.
Yeah.
Family all together. So we had son, daughter, son-in-law, grandson.
Right.
mother-in-law.
Well, y'all were gone for like 3 months, right?
I wish. It felt like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You did say a key word though, tourist, and we did feel completely like tourists. We normally did not travel when the kids were growing up during holiday peak traveling seasons.
Right.
Well, because of traffic and things just kind of seemed to be pricier and all that.
That's right.
It seems like we had more wisdom then than we do now. We just decided out of the blue that we were just going to travel on the 4th. And we're like, well, let's just go on the 4th of July.
Did you forget that it was a holiday?
No.
No, you knew.
We knew.
Right.
We knew. We just was going to go and just be part of the big celebration with everyone. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it sounds like vacation was great. I mean, you were you were a tourist. You did go at the most expensive time of the year. So I'm hoping that your gigs are good.
Oh, yeah. they have been. Everything this summer has been exceedingly well. Actually, yeah.
Isn't it your reality? Because I follow your schedule, and not because I'm, creepy, but because
I'm glad that somebody does. Yeah.
I'm just keeping up with what.
You're one of his 7 followers.
That's right.
That's right. Well, I try to be supportive,
And we certainly
because we
appreciate
met
it.
a long time ago.
Absolutely.
It was at Talia's. I think we've talked about that before, and that's kind of a demarcation point for me. It's like because I met so many people at that time.
Yep.
It was like everybody needed caffeine.
Yeah, it's just
place to relax.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's been a great meeting spot for folks for a long time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So everything went well down at the coast. How long were you there?
7 days.
7 days, a proper week, right?
Yeah.
So did you make any new friends while you were there?
No, Amy had. She does side photography herself, and she had hired someone to do those family pictures, and the gentleman done a pretty good job, I think, but he sent us what is the most common, what most folks have been wanting as far as filters and the edits on the photos.
Oh.
And instantly her reaction was, "Can I just see the raw pictures?" Because that's
Please.
her deal. I mean,
Right.
a lot of folks don't maybe realize that about what they see of hers online, but no editing.
I like that.
That's raw photography. That's just what can the camera do and how good can I get it?
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, we play around with some things, but I really like seeing good raw photography because it really matters.
It looks good.
You can tell if somebody's got an eye or not for that.
Yeah.
With AI and edits now, you have no idea. So, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So,
But
That's why
other than that, just the reaction of folks seeing Lane with us at the concert, because he was at the concert with us.
really?
Yeah.
He really enjoyed it up till
He
it got hot and tired and
What do
Yeah.
you start doing?
Well, just
just
what
being
do
a-
1-year-olds do? They
Yeah.
scream.
I mean, was it? And it.
But before
wasn't-
that, now he was clapping and
We was having
yeah.
several videos of him. He was really enjoying the lights, of course, and all that.
Right, and you were hearing some country contemporary sounds. Now, if it had been AC/DC, screaming would have been right in line.
Yeah.
Might have been screaming in happiness all out.
Yeah, well, that's great. So you got back from your trip, and you get back to the restaurant and get back to your schedule of performing. Was that a little challenging? Were you like, I wish it were still vacation time?
It always is. It takes a minute to get back to
To get acclimated.
yeah.
Were you a little tough on the staff and saying, would you do that?
Actually, I'm too easy on the staff.
Oh, okay.
But
Probably.
anyway, we've got a
Truth
good
be
core
known.
staff.
Yeah.
But every
So-
once in a while you got to kick them.
So you got back. You got their family,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
most
the-
of 'em, yeah.
Most, yeah, that's right. So you got back, and it was hot.
It was hot.
So you come to
been
the
hot.
beach, and you get back, and we've got seasonal record temperatures, right?
Yeah.
How was that at the restaurant?
Hot.
Hot.
Hot and hotter.
Hot
It
and
just
hot.
depends on what part you're in.
See,
Yeah.
that's
You
the,
know.
that's the other part that
You know,
I wish
we have-
folks would take into consideration as they sit in the struggling to stay at 80 degrees
Right.
dining room, that just on the other side of that wall, it's probably well over 100 degrees in that kitchen.
Right. Right. Oh,
Just,
sure.
it's the old saying, if you can't stand the heat,
Get out
stay out
of
of the
the kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
But I don't know.
That's
I guess, it just struggles. It's
Yeah.
it's surrounded
having-
by glass. And,
Sure.
it's an older building.
And you're at the lake.
And we're at the lake.
That you've got that feel. It's almost on the lake. Almost on the lake.
That's right.
So you've got that going on, and finally we've got a little bit cooler weather.
It's much nicer.
But something really big happened, which we had talked about some months ago, and that was that you were going to be featured on a show called America's Best Restaurants.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I kept asking, well, when they coming? When they coming? Well, we'll know soon.
Yeah.
So they finally showed up, right?
They did.
So talk about what that experience was like for the both of you and the staff. And I would assume you had to have guests and that you had staged so they didn't just show up for.
Yeah, we did. We done a drawing we had about 25 spots to fill that we drew for. They came in, you put your name in the jar, and we drew those out. And so we had about 50 people there, 50 customers or family, or almost family.
Right,
and,
right.
And our staff. It was a lot of fun, though.
So the once it was going, the filming was happening, and then you're like, oh, we're really doing this. I mean, was it that surreal thing, or I mean, you're both are performers in a way, right?
Sure.
You're on stage, and you're definitely in the eye of people, and they expect a lot of your performance. So
That's right.
here you are, and the cameras are going. So any challenges that you had to deal with?
Not really. It actually went rather smoothly.
Yeah. What
They were very good at their craft.
Yeah.
You could just
Yeah.
tell that they were, as you guys are. They do it enough on a regular basis. They
Right.
know just
Come in.
how to make things happen
Yeah.
in a seamless fashion, and so they were very good at it.
Made it real comfortable.
Your favorite memory?
Their reaction to the food, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
host. He was
Yeah.
like totally into the fact because I
Yeah.
watched the piece as soon as
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He either really liked it or he's a
He's
really
a great
good
liar.
actor.
One or the other. And it could be a combination of the two, but
Yeah.
he
no,
seemed
he-
genuinely,
Yeah.
Impressed by it, which especially the ribs.
Yeah.
The ribs. Well, they're good. Yeah.
They are very good.
They are good.
They are very.
Well, you know your food's good, so you've got that baseline because you know that it's
Yeah.
people tell you, but then you have taste buds and you've
Yeah.
been in the business
Well,
for a long time.
Yeah. If you like what I like, then you'll like my food. And if
Yeah.
you don't like what I like, you won't like it.
That's the first thing.
I like that. I like
And
that.
that's okay.
I like that.
There- you know.
That's a pretty good. Well, cooking does have its. Well, let me ask you this first, because what I'm getting ready to talk about before I ask a question is such a dramatic moment. But so when the restaurant piece came out and it was finally public, I want you to talk for a moment about what the responses were like. How were people? What were people? How were they contacting you? How were they letting you know? What did they talk about that for a moment?
I mean, the episode itself had like 65,000 views. So when, of course, we saw on, the Google thing pops up and your activity goes up and,
Right.
you get phone calls and then you get people saying, well, we seen you and we came from Charlotte and
Right.
such and such.
There's been
and
some pretty good distances.
seen a lot of new faces.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, I think
We have
it
had
was-
people from Tennessee say they're come from Tennessee, and before that, even people like in the Hickory area
Right.
and up and around Boone and stuff coming down to see us.
So,
Well, that's pretty regular though,
Yeah.
isn't it,
Yeah.
for those folks. But you definitely saw an uptick in
we
business.
did.
But so that's the business side. But from a personal standpoint, you saw the finished piece, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking, not the business side, but what people were saying to you that felt emotional and within yourself too. Just was there a big sense of pride seeing your team
Well,
and
definitely accomplishment.
Yeah.
When you start out on something, you never know how it's going to be.
that's right, isn't it?
So I think it was, it was really good to, for myself and the team to have a little bit of recognition. They've worked hard. And,
Yeah.
Even our customer base, we've got great customers.
So everybody's celebrating with you.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So-
I love that.
It brings that whole sense of the family atmosphere that you want to create, or what I wanted to create, the family, feel like you're at home atmosphere.
That wasn't hard for you to create it. You had your family working. I mean, it's
They
not like-
technically are coming over to eat for supper, babe. It's just a
not
big
like they're
night.
actors. They're actual family. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said all of them aren't family. Well, I mean,
Well, we married, one in.
so you So one of the family married a non-family, and then they become family.
Yeah, well, Morgan.
Okay.
She's been with us since we opened the doors.
Yep.
Right.
My
Been there since
daughter
day one.
married her son.
Oh.
So look at that.
Look at that.
And that
Yeah.
was shit. You know,
So-
we've been over 5 years or 6 years by the time that had happened. So
Yeah.
it was like we,
So
got to know Morgan really well, and then all of a sudden we're in-laws, and it's like, oh,
Right.
okay.
So
cool.
she was working there, though.
Yes.
Still works.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Right, but her daughter
no,
wasn't.
her son.
Her
was not.
son
son.
was not.
He has
Yes.
never worked there. No.
Okay.
No.
All
No.
right.
They just met through kind of, with our like Christmas party functions and that,
Right.
to where the families would be intermingling.
Right.
And-
As people were celebrating life as we
Yeah.
do, and that's where,
Just
okay,
kinda,
I got that.
so-
All right. I'm sure they're going to love us talking about their love life.
Yeah.
They'd be okay.
Well, that's a great thing. So, CJ, what's that on your face, buddy?
Oh,
Under
well,
your eye. What, did you correct him? I think he looked like he's been
No.
correct.
It'd look like worse if I had to do that.
Yeah, that's the truth.
You would have
There'd be some-
rescheduled,
There
wouldn't
would be more hues of purple. And I burnt myself in the food trailer with grease from the deep fryer.
So one of the damages of the industry, right?
Definitely
you
a
get
con.
Yeah,
It's a con.
yeah,
There's pros, and that's just a con.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened.
Second time.
Second time.
He's
First
slow learning.
Yeah. It takes him a minute.
Well, the first time I really got myself pretty good, and it had cooled a little bit,
Right.
but I was trying to sit it. We have to sit it down. It's the only thing that's not bolted to the surface that it's on.
Right.
And so I was having to sit it down to, get a lower center of gravity. That way it wouldn't slosh as bad, and sit it off of that into a bus pan. Well, the cord caught on the table. I didn't tuck it up, and it made me
Right.
tilt it, and I poured that grease down my legs, and that was at McNeil Chevrolet. I did that, and I burnt myself pretty good with that one.
Wow.
So then, but Sunday we were at a place, and I was going to walk we were slow, just sitting there. My son was sitting in a chair, she was sitting there, and I was just going to walk over to the other end of the trailer for something. Was going to step over the fan that was in the floor, hooked my toe on it. And then was tripping and just hit the handle of the basket just like something out of the Three Stooges.
Right.
And flipped the whole thing over in the floor at full temp.
And then you fell on top of it?
No, it just splashed. It just, as I hit the basket, it splashed. It got my face a little bit. And, thanks to the Lord, though, that, Jacob didn't get the brunt of it, because that could have been really ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I mean,
Sari, write a list of safety restaurant rules for CJ.
that's right.
Don't put your face in the deep fryer. No.
I mean, just, and anyway, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And so clumsy and, you.
So you're not going to do that anymore. 2 times is enough, right?
Yeah, we think so,
You
yeah.
got to train everybody, right?
Yeah.
So it could be confusing if people don't know what we're talking about, because, and I didn't know where you did that. So you're talking about the food truck or the food trailer. So a lot of people may not know anything about it. I see on social media you're posting, you're going to be, McNeil, you're going to be here, you're going to be there, you're going all over the place. So you actually take the food trailer to businesses, right? And different businesses, so everybody can come have lunch with
Yes.
you. Does that work out pretty good?
We hate it.
She's going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was eventually.
It's cold.
Let's just back up on the last of that other conversation before we move on. The entry note that should have been made into the burning of the face and the burning of the leg is we never had planned to fry anything in it. It
Right.
did not have a deep fryer in it from the factory. We knew that it made an extra mess. It was just more to keep up with. We thought about the sloshing,
Right.
moving it, and so it's just like, we're not going to do that.
But
Well,
you did it anyway.
through popular demand of our damn shrimp.
It's
It
that
was
damn shrimp.
It's that damn shrimp. And so,
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, now on to the next part. Yes, we have learned a harsh reality of life that food trucking is for people who are very passionate about it, and it is a cool endeavor. You can make some money at
Right.
it. You need to do it every day or at least 3 or 4 days a week.
Right.
We don't have the time or the staff to do that. So right now we are able to get it out enough to kind of keep it as an asset for the restaurant, if we want to use it for that. But it's just
Right. Hold on just a moment. So you heard it here. You hear it here. Take 3:45. So folks, you heard it here first. The food wagon or the food trailer at Almost on the Lake is for sale.
Absolutely.
It's only $195,000.
Yes.
And
we'll attach a truck to it for that. Yeah.
Because CJ and Amy want to go back to the beach in the wintertime.
That's right. Exactly right.
We call it almost on the go.
Almost on the go.
Yeah. So, but we're hoping it's almost gone.
But that's the truth of this business. That in all businesses, we try different things, and we're like, wait a minute.
That didn't.
That wasn't.
That was a lie.
So-
She said we'll have a funny, hopefully anecdotal memory of this summer, looking back in a couple of years, going, man, remember that summer we tried to kill ourselves in a food trailer?
Right.
And so,
Right. Yeah.
It's been an eye opener.
Well, it's good to talk about it, so it's therapeutic to do it, but also just putting it out into the world.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, not everybody knew that you had non-appreciation for the food truck.
There you go. Yeah.
It just seems
Less
like
than perfect admiration.
it seems like lately, every time we take it somewhere, there's a sign that we shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
no
like,
food trucks.
Don't just a sign
Just
from
like-
the universe saying
like,
that we don't
I
need.
spilled
see.
deep fryers,
I've been pulling my band trailer, let's just for reference, for 10 years,
Right.
accident free, except with a busted tire, but
Right,
that was
right.
not. But anyway, no, didn't have anything. We've had this food trailer for how long? I done drug it across the front of a Ford pickup since we had it.
Wow.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
it's just,
I don't think you should have it.
I don't think we should have it.
I think it needs to be.
yeah, it's got a juju on it.
Today.
Man.
It almost retired Sunday because
Right.
I was ready to just like we'll just shut the window and go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
But it's
just leave it.
It has been an
Yeah.
it has been an experience though.
And you could do that.
Yeah.
You could do that. Go over to Nails and do it. Hey, here's the last deal, and it's all fried fish sandwiches, nothing grilled, nothing deep fried.
everything.
And then when it's over, you just go over to the McNeil's and say, "Hey, it was great today. We're gonna trade this in on that car right
That's right. That's right.
Exactly right.
But no.
We've been looking at a van.
Yeah, we need a van.
That's right. And an ambulance.
Yeah.
So, needless to say,
Medic.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what great fun. I mean, summer's full of all sorts of adventure, and you stub your toe every now and then. Restaurants doing great.
it is.
And see, that's the other side of it. I mean, it's almost like we'll drop it there, but it's almost like that food trailer is just it's a non-issue that we don't even really need. So we're just like, So,
Right.
Yeah, the restaurant is doing great. Everything else.
I think I think so, because just in you say dropping it there, then you just picked up and kept talking about it. I mean,
He don't have the ability.
Afterthoughts are my only thoughts.
painful.
Well, yeah, we're talking about painful.
Yeah.
What was my new slogan the other day?
Oh yeah, stupid hurts.
Stupid should hurt.
Yeah, and we should start a
Yes.
new slogan for let stupid hurt.
Yeah,
that
let
way.
stupid hurt.
That way, it's that learning
Oh,
experience.
Just let it hurt.
Just let it
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
We try to.
We shelter ourselves and everyone around us a lot
We
nowadays.
bubble wrap us.
Sometimes.
Sometimes stupid
Sometimes.
should hurt.
It's a great
Just
training
let it
mechanism.
hurt.
Yeah.
Just let it hurt.
Just let stupid hurt.
Let it hurt. I like that. I was listening to this medication guy. I got a lot of medication guys. But meditation guy, and he was talking about when you've just got all sorts of crazy ideas and thoughts that just you're trying to do one thing, you get all these other things coming and you push them away, and it's really hard to focus. And he said this, he said, whenever those things appear in your head and those thoughts come, just take a minute, don't try to push them away, just think a minute, just deal with it. Hey, just kind of talk it through. put a period, and then move on, rather than completely ignoring it. And he said, do that, and I mean, he obviously used more eloquent words than I'm using, and there was nice music, and it sounded good. Yeah. But he was like that with any thoughts. And he said, especially when you're praying. Because a lot of times you pray for, this, or you pray for that, and you get all these distractions. And he says, well, maybe those distractions are things to, kind of let go of. And you can't let go of when you're ignoring them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good.
It has to be thought of in a way of digestion, right? I mean, you actually have to digest, which doesn't just, it's not a, and it's done. It is a process, right?
You are an amazing mentor for meditation.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I can hear CJ's meditation instead of
digestion.
Instead of the soothing, chimes and that really relax. It could be one of your songs.
Oh yeah. Canjo.
Or let it go. What was the slogan you had a moment ago?
Let stupid hurt.
Let stupid. That's the song right there. Let stupid hurt. You've got to write that. Well, I'll help you write it. No. So you'll write it, and you know who you could, let's see. Andy Eversole and his Banjo Earth project, and he's got the aliens and all sorts of things.
I don't get it.
Oh, I'll introduce you to his music. But
okay.
He does things a little differently.
I love that.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool thing. But anyway, all right. So we've got you're known all over the country now. You've had a show done there. You survived vacation, and you have literally survived and walked through the fiery experience of the trailer yet once again. So so next time we talk, we'll probably be talking about, well, who bought that thing?
We hope so. We hope that's part of the conversation.
Who bought that thing? You never know. There's a lot of people with personalities that do great.
And it could be great for someone.
But your primary things are not that. Your primary thing is almost on the leg. Your music, those are your primaries, and you just kind of, with already busy, fully committed time schedules. Well, let's just take some of our personal time and try to do this other thing.
Nah.
Do you think that's possibly part of the frustration too?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you've got your me time, and you're doing other things with, your our time. Well, you two's
Us
time.
time.
Yeah.
We time.
We time.
Yeah, your we time with your family, or just yourselves, or just by yourself.
Or just some rest.
Just having some rest.
Yeah.
And so is it one of those things of where you're doing something that you might not ought to do right now, and the universe is saying, hey,
Yep.
let me...
Yep.
I think the universe has a whip,
Yep.
And it's hurting you.
Yep.
So,
I know.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
life's lessons. Jeez.
If time doesn't teach us that, then what other can we learn that it is time itself that is the greatest, value. You know what I mean? And so
the clock ticks, doesn't it?
Yeah, boy. And so if living doesn't teach us that, then I'm not sure we're living. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, we're just living. It's just painful.
Yeah.
Let stupid hurt. Buy a food trailer, and it's hurting.
Stupid hurt.
Stupid hurt.
Drop it. Listen.
Stupid hurt. That's great. Let stupid hurt. That's okay.
I see it all the time. They put helmets on their kids and their little knee pads and their little. Oh, should I not? But when we was young, we made bicycle ramps with center blocks and plywood, and we jumped on gravel, and it was stupid, and it hurt, and we remember that. We didn't do it no more.
That's right.
She's on her soapbox now.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. And you didn't do those things anymore.
No, because
until you bought that food truck. Food trailer.
There have been a couple other incidents, but we won't talk about that today.
Yeah. Like what?
We'll just leave those laying. We'll
do that next time. So,
there you go. That's right.
So talk about the food scene in Wilkes now. So you certainly have your part. I have my thoughts. They're great places to eat, and people are eating.
Yes.
Right? So talk about that from being part of that world, how you see it, and how, in general, you see what your customers are talking about, because they don't entirely eat at your place,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Eat at different places.
Sure.
Talk about that.
Well, some of our favorite places to eat, we like Dine and Dash there in Wilkesboro, which is kind of a break from, just fast food stuff. We do generally, for obvious reasons, try to focus on mom and pop's places when we can, that's not chain stuff. As far as chains, we've always been big Longhorn supporters. That's one
Right.
of the better chains that we like. And, of course,
Yesterday we had a Moffies.
we had
Moffies?
Oh,
Yes.
Moffies is
It's so good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And sadly to say, I guess most of the time we try to find something when we eat out
Of course.
that we don't
Have.
serve
Yeah.
or have.
So,
Right.
So
we'll end up at a lot of
1010 Thai,
1010 Thai or Chili Verde, places like that. And then we'll end up we'll take our money to the other counties too, and we'll go to Mikado sometimes.
Yes. Okay. Well, you're having that experience, right?
That's right, yeah.
Saves
But
a
there's-
trip
there's-
to Europe or Asia.
That's right. Exactly right.
There's tons of great places. We hear good things about.
I got
Yeah.
a call or a message from Alan Call, and he and his family were in Vegas. Did
So
you see,
speaking
did you see
of-
the pictures?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you see the picture? See that picture with him with that big Pepsi bottle?
Yeah.
I was like, what is that? Where is he at? Because that's the first thing I saw when it just, when you're not
Yeah.
monitoring, I don't monitor anybody really.
Yeah.
Just think, it
Pops
just
up.
feeds you stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, what's he doing? What is that? Where is that? And then I got to looking. And then a few days after that, he sent me a note. And he said, because I talked to him about doing the show and with his mama,
Yeah.
with his
Yeah,
mama,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he says, and he said, you still want to do the show with me and mama? And, she's got the igloo
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and the hot dog place.
Yeah.
Do y'all know Linda Green?
We do.
I do know
You
the name.
probably know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Linda got mad at me a little bit years ago because I was writing. It's when I was writing articles that were syndicated, and once when I was just traveling all the time to every
Right.
corner of North and South Carolina, and I would do a lot of pieces on food. And so I was on this kick of barbecue and hot dogs, just finding places that are iconic and really well known. Well, somebody said you have to go to the Igloo, and I'm like, where's that at? And Miller's Creek. And I said, oh, okay. So when I was in town, I was living in Charlotte at the time. So when I was in town, I went there, and it was packed. People were. You've been there before, right?
Absolutely.
So you know,
Oh, yeah.
you know what it's like.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, Linda. I'm going to share the story. So she's in line, as well as other people. I don't know anybody, right? And I'm like, I'm there to write a story, but I didn't go and say, hey, I'm going to write a story. I was just having the experience myself.
Sure.
And so I ordered the footlong and ordered this. And so then we're waiting, right? And then this lady's there. And I said, so ma'am, do you come here often? Oh, I've been coming for 20 years or whatever. A long time.
Right.
And I said, so what do you normally get? A footlong hot dog. And do you get fries? Yeah, sometimes I get fries too. Great. So how often do you come? 2 or 3 times a week. And I was like, huh. And you've been coming for 20 years? Well, I was making my notes. Well, when I got back to my desk, I started to calculate. Okay. So if you do this for 20 years,
Yeah.
and a foot-long hot dog is a foot long, and you're doing that 3 times a week, how many feet are in a mile? So I ciphered that out and came up with a distance. And that was what I used in the story.
Oh.
Well, Linda Green, she's been going for 20 years, and she said 1.8 miles. She's eating whatever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
You
Of
know.
hot dog.
Yeah. And I saw her out somewhere, and she I don't think she was particularly happy that I said that, but it was
It was just a fun.
it was
Yeah,
a fun
based
it was
off
a
of her
fun
numbers,
little
right?
it was a fun little factoid, and I'm sure there are plenty of people that have eaten far more than
Yeah.
that.
Why, sure.
We're actually having footlongs at Harold's today for CJ's mom's birthday when we leave.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Sure.
Do you
So
like
Alan will be there at 12:30. We're gonna like the
That's
5
right.
footlongs.
that 5 foot longs? Okay.
Yeah, and the spicy spuds.
So if you were to eat 5 foot long hot dogs a week for 20 years, you would definitely have the record.
Bunch of footlongs, bunch of miles, lots of
Yeah.
miles.
But we love. I think to me, the food pieces were all about celebrating our life and the things that we enjoy doing, and
Yep.
and talking and storytelling and food. All of that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
People know where you're. People know here. Other things people ask, who are your people?
Yeah.
And I pick that up, and everywhere I go, I said, tell me about your people. And Vince Charleston, tell me about your people. What people? Your family. Where are you from? Tell me about your people.
That's right. That's right.
And I like that expression because it denotes a familiarness. It denotes, like those are that's my tribe, and that's a good way. You guys have a lot of people.
We do. We have sort of mixed sort of families, I guess you'd say, so, but they're a diverse crowd, aren't they, Amy? Between mine and your families together, we have a very it's just widespread of.
Well, your people portfolio is diverse.
It very much is,
Yeah.
in all walks of life, all just manners of characters, and so
Is it better that way?
I think it is, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
course.
I was going to say something really wrong, so I'm just going to keep it to myself.
good, man.
What were you going to say?
No. let stupid hurt, probably.
Yeah, well, I probably shouldn't.
Hold on a minute. Let me make a note here. CJ is the filter. Interview Amy alone.
Yeah. I just try to keep her out of trouble. She really does not have any sort of, especially not any sort of politically correct or any of that stuff going on. So she will definitely at will say some things
Right.
that may not have a nice tone in the room.
You mean the tonality might not jive with
Sure, frequencies sometimes can be disturbing to the ear.
So when when you're all together and she does that, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
That's how it makes me feel. I love her. We were definitely made for each other.
Yeah. That's
But
good.
no, and she puts up with my crap too. I don't want to
Yeah.
sit here like I'm got Jolly Roger and got it all together for sure.
Yeah. Well,
It's good, to go back to talking about, just your people. Segue, number 6. It's good to have the ability to have lived long enough, because a lot of our peers and family have checked out here pretty early.
they're unalive now, aren't
Yeah,
they?
that's right.
unalive.
Yeah. And so that we've lived long enough and been able to be here long enough to see, and be cognizant of it, seeing like a spectrum of life happening, you know what I mean? And to be able to see and have the want to and desire to not only facilitate, but just help, nurture
Right.
those aspects of life, the family and the community and the sense of that, just community living. And it's pretty awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
Even with you guys doing this stuff, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a nurturing experience, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
It's a little therapeutic. It lets you
humbling.
express yourself.
Well, we
Healed from your wounds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, literally. Yeah. We're thankful too. We're very thankful. For every opportunity we've had and the things that we do, and
We are blessed.
we are
Yeah.
blessed.
God is
So you
good.
feel the same way?
I do.
Do you feel the same way about everything that CJ talks about?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
No.
Not at all.
I think, what is it they say about relationships? There needs to be some difference so that you can. What is that when you sharpen the knife? You hone the edges.
Yeah. It's and
The expression.
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, maybe that idea. So collectively together.
Yeah.
So you have your differences, but you make each other sharper.
Oh yeah.
So collectively, you guys are like a samurai couple. So nobody messes with the family.
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing, and this may be a really weird, just way off over there, and if it does, that's fine.
Well, just so you know, and to make it clear, we started the weird about 30 minutes.
Okay, good. Then this will fit right in.
It's right in.
You know, I never, up until I was probably around my 30s, before I heard a public speaker, you know, talking on faith and things of that nature and creation one time, never considered ever that, you know, with the male and female creation and all of the attributes that both have, that God is both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That in one singular being, there's all of that.
Right.
You know, because we as men, we lack a lot, you know. And, of course, there's parts of a woman's, you know, frame and structure and other things, too, that, you know, like you said, we yin, how do you say that? The thing?
The yin and yang.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but it just, to have that realization, though, that, you know, Father in heaven is all of that into one encompassing being's pretty incredible.
And then you broaden that out. That not only is that true, but then we look at the rest of creation. We look at the trees. We look at the ocean. We look at the fish. We look at all of that.
Well, and the perfect alignment of, you know, I heard, I can't remember who it was speaking on it. Maybe it was Chip Ingram or somebody talking about, you know, the early documentations of the sail, you know, when Darwin was doing all his stuff or whatever and able to see, and the technology of the microscope and the instruments he was using was, you know, not the best then. And so he saw a very simplistic thing, but once we then understand later that, you know, 244 chromosomes have to line up 244 times for one single cell to live.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of really important things to happen critically.
And you don't have to think about any of it. It just happens. It just happens. Are the both of you, do you feel more at peace when you're taking a walk in the woods? Do you like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How is it different? I mean, you go in one frame of mind, whatever, and then you get, you know, you're having the experience, and the longer you're there, how do you feel from that experience?
I mean, there's just a peace from being out there, especially if you're by yourself. And it's just you and the Lord and the birds and the squirrels. And
CJ's quiet somewhere.
Away.
So in your
it's so
private
great.
time. So she's happy. How about you, CJ? I mean, is that
and this is something that we never thought about as kids, but now as adults we've started reading about it and doing it. Grounding.
Oh yeah.
Is a great thing. Actually, taking your shoes off, getting your feet on the ground. You know, it obviously makes sense. I mean, this is an electric machine,
right?
And in order for it to be grounded to its source, which is very important for electric machines to be grounded, you know, it makes sense. So we have started doing that a little more. You know, we'll pop the old slips off and go take walks. Not anywhere rocky though, because I am a tenderfoot. But, but the grass is nice. You know,
the grass is nice. But when you're walking in the woods, you know, because I'm right there with you. You know, with that idea of creation and grounding and, you know, trees. I was doing this deep dive and listening to a couple of authors and through Audible, their books, and talking about the connectivity of trees and how their roots go down and the ferns and how they're all connected together, not just metaphorically, but literally by their root structure.
That's right.
And it can travel, you know, for a mile. It's just incredible. And how the trees, their roots go so deep into the earth. That's pretty amazing. So I interviewed, let's see, Craig Zachavanalis, and we were talking about, the cancer situation, and how he was sharing his story, which has been fantastic for me. But he's big on grounding and being with trees and hugging, and I was like, So I'd never thought about it that way because I've just always enjoyed being in the woods.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the idea of tree hugging, then I was like, Then I remembered historically there would be talk about, those tree huggers. But the people who were critical of those were more loggers.
Yeah.
Right. Or own pharmaceutical company or something.
Something of that nature. But the idea, so Greg and I are talking, he's telling me these, so then I start going into a little research deep dive, and then I find a couple of new books on the trees and the connectivity, and I was like, I wonder if that's right. So, so I was out walking one day, and had this very surreal experience. And I see, this was maybe 3 or 4 weeks after I had interviewed Cam Finley. And Cam was talking, we were talking about nature and outdoors. And I had heard that he was a big outdoorsman. And I said, so how is it when you're out? He said, there's nothing like it. Yeah. There's just simply nothing like it. That's where I find peace, and, all that kind of thing. I was like, okay, God, give me some of that. So, so that I'm going out in the woods, and then this was after talking with Greg, and we were talking about the trees, and so I said, all right. So I go up to, I have lots of trees, so I'm out walking, and I see this great tree. Bark wasn't very rough, so I was like, I'm gonna hug it, didn't want to get hurt, So I was like, okay, and so I go up the tree, and this is a degree, a duplicity of therapy for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So from comic relief to really approaching this thing.
Right.
So I look at the tree, and I said, do you consent to a hug? So that was first.
Right.
I didn't hear no.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
No acorn crack.
No, none of that. None of that happened. And I'd been walking probably for about a mile at that time, and this just popped into my head. I was like, "Oh, here I am," and I went up and I hugged the tree, and I guess the way that I hugged the tree, my stomach and heart was kind of aligned, and when I put my ear up and I hugged the tree, and I could hear my heartbeat.
Oh wow.
And that was remarkable to me.
So. Yeah.
And I said, is that yours or mine? Because I'd never done that before. Right. And this is in the past year, but I was like, wow, man, that's amazing.
Pretty incredible.
Maybe I should hug my tree. I have a tree.
Yeah.
She does have
I haven't hugged it before, I don't think.
Well,
I'll try it.
Just remember, do you consent to a hug?
It's a big tree. I probably can't get my arms around it.
Yeah. Well, I hug trees so since then, I have this large American holly. It's the largest one I've ever seen. It's probably about 70 feet, so it's huge.
Wow, that is a big holly
massive tree. So it's been growing, for probably 100 years.
At least.
And so it was another day, and I was out having my walk again, and there I said, hey. How you doing?
Yeah. Hang out here much?
Yeah. Oh, sweet Lord. Well,
sorry.
I'll buy you a drink.
That was very, very funny.
Sorry.
I have not gone down that road.
Right.
So, but I was having kind of a heavy day, and one of the things in dealing with cancer, you have to exercise. You have to walk a lot.
Absolutely.
And this was one of my days where I didn't feel great, but I was pushing myself to go out and walk, so I did. And this was, maybe a few weeks after I'd had my first encounter.
Right.
And this one was a little different. I still said, do you consent? No, I didn't hear no.
Right.
So I don't know tree enough to.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I don't
don't
know.
speak tree.
and I'm sure there's different dialect per species too. I'm
Maybe
sure,
I do.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know, but I do know they're connected.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because they're American hollies all over the place.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, well, they've got to be connected somehow. And so I do the same thing. And this time, once again, I just wasn't feeling great that day, and I don't know why, but I felt very emotional. You ever have those moments? I know as a singer, as a writer, you've had moments. Have you ever sat down and written a song that has emotionally moved you?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And well, maybe not so much in the moments of writing them, but definitely in hearing them in playback for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does it affect you emotionally?
Well,
Does it move you?
Yeah, and an album that was recorded in 2014, after not listening to it for a while, has been able to almost in a way minister back to my own self the songs that was written back then.
Did you feel heavily emotional?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what was going on, at this moment. I may have been able to hold my dog and it would have felt the same way, but it just would happen to be the tree.
Right.
And so I hugged the tree and I'm listening. I didn't hear the heartbeat or anything like that because I kind of thought that was cool the first time.
Right.
But it was just such a massive tree. Maybe, it just didn't connect that way. But I became profoundly emotional. And it was like, I kid you not, in the course of a couple of minutes, it was like an hour-long therapy session, or just sharing with your friends or whatever. And then after that was done, and it wasn't an hour, but it was probably 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And after that was done, it was like,
Wow.
I just felt everything was lifted, and I felt great. And then I continued on my walk, and I don't know. Is it the trees? Is it nature? Is it that communal aspect of, part of creation that we're connecting with, and it really, where we care about it, it cares about us. And if
So could it be a little bit of what we might consider, the Karate Kid teaching aspect? So think about the Karate Kid movies. When he was telling him to sand the floor or wax the car.
on, wax off.
Right. So the student was not even connecting
Right. What was
the
happening?
martial art move to the labor that was happening at the moment. There was a disconnect. And it wasn't until the aha moment when he reveals to him, show me what's on, and starts punching it, and he, right. So whether it's that or whether it's the willingness to engage in an act or an aspect of life that allows you then to have an aha moment of saying, I can let something go. I can just, no matter what it is.
Maybe it's that. Maybe that's it. That idea of when things present themselves, instead of trying to go on to other things and shield it and hide it, and get burned again. All of those things.
Keep going. You're going to end up with that statement. You're going to end up with that statement again.
Let stupid hurt. It's all okay.
I got to make the T-shirt now. It's got to be out there.
I think so. Let stupid hurt.
All right, Tim at the rag company, you listening?
There's so many ways that could apply, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Though? I mean, you could find that in a metaphorical sense and put that in some.
No, I think so. I think so. Maybe it is as we get older, we look at things a little bit differently, but I don't know. I appreciate this journey of life now and this stage. And, I talk with a lot of people that have done a lot of things in their life, and I love to hear those stories. I talk to young people, too, who are excited about their current thing, and they don't have as much to talk about that because they haven't lived as long or messed up as much. The more you mess up, the more you can talk about.
But man, the exuberation is hard to.
Oh, that's right. I love to see that excitement and energy about doing this and doing that.
That fire in the eye is a great thing to behold.
And and you see, they're going to conquer the world. They're going to do something. I remember when the guy that runs Anchor Ridge, Paul. Josh. That's right. So we met at the same place at Talia's. I'm sure you bumped into him there, right? And he came in and after Helena, did this awful damage, and I called him. I says, "Why don't you come in? Let's talk about disaster relief and what's going on." And this was literally just a couple of days. And I said, "So what are you doing?" "Well, we got trucks going over here, trucks going over there." And I said, "What's just happened?" He said, "Yep, a lot of places we can't get trucks into. So we've got these, those little vehicles that can cross the water, and we put things on. But the idea was that this was such a huge, massive thing, but there was no apprehension.
Yeah.
Let's go do something big and help.
Let's just do.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing about connectivity with people that do things, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the attitude of, when the spies came back with the report of the giants and the let's just go. We've got God on our side. What you worried about?
Let's go do them.
Yeah.
Do them.
Yeah.
You hug them and I'll hit them in the head.
I'm gonna douse them with hot grease. Hold on. Exactly.
You'll spike their damn shrimp.
That's right. I'll make sure to cuss them extra.
And down they'll go. For those who don't know and think we're uttering profanities here on Life in Wilkes, at almost on the lake, there's a meal, not just an appetizer, but it's called the dam shrimp.
It is.
Because of the reservoir is a dam.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
It's the dam without the end.
So you
Which I advised her to put the N on, and she wouldn't listen to me. She don't listen to me.
We have people that won't even say it. They'll be like,
They'll say
"What's
that dang shrimp."
What's that dang shrimp? What kind of shrimp's that?"
Well, not everybody understands bodies of water and their names.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we do have one pastor that comes in just so he can say "damn."
Yeah. With a little giggle inside every
That's
time.
right.
Yeah. We won't name no names, Mr. Welbert.
There was something that I forget the study came out years ago, not that many years ago, but it talked about profanity, and that really smart people cuss a lot, and I was like, I know some really not so smart people that cuss a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway.
Well, when we got married and when we started having children and little ears were running around,
Right.
that was one of the first levels of adult accountability.
So you were mindful.
I absolutely was. I mean, she and I both was like, well, I don't think she's ever been a real foul-mouthed person, really ever, not real bad. I mean, she'll say them randomly if you make her mad, but, but I was a sailor, of course,
Right.
in my younger years.
You were a circus wrangler, for
I was
heaven's
a
sake.
circus wrangler. That's right. You can't be a camel loader and not. And so, but that level of accountability about that was like,
Right.
I got to clean that up.
Right.
And so we just started nipping it in the bud, and before long, it just, as any other habit,
Right.
it's easily broken. If you can just kind of wrangle it a week or two, it'll just go away.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So, wow, look, we've been together for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days now. This has been good.
Yeah.
It's been a great visit. Anything else you want to talk about? I mean,
Well, I was just going to say, if you have enough content out of that, then there were some questionable moments.
no, we'll just share it all and see what happens.
We just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole. That was since we talked about life in Wilkes, and the whole idea is to have these type of conversations, and wherever they go human moments. Of course, we talk about whatever we want to promote, and we do all of that. But I like getting to know people. I like talking to people.
Yep.
I know the both of you. Well, you talk a little bit at the table. You know, that's all you get. You get 7 words.
That's it. That's all I got time
I
for.
gotta go cook.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Speaking of promotion, I would, if it's okay, mention the homecoming of Prohibition Hot Rod Moonshine Festival to the downtown North Wilkesboro. I think that's Winter World stage.
Right.
Last weekend in September.
Last weekend in September.
Yeah.
Do they do? Is he doing that every year at the same time now?
Well, it has traditionally, it was started on that weekend, and it was at the parking deck, the old parking deck.
Yeah.
Handful of years.
Right.
Moved down to Calls.
Right.
Moved to Hickory Motor Speedway.
Right.
And now it's coming home.
back.
And this will be the 9th year, I think.
And they fill up that full street, though. No, it's not
they
just
do.
the deck, because that's
This year
changed.
this year they're closing down all of Main, everything but 9th and 10th, I think.
So the whole
The whole Main Street.
Wow.
Lost Wombat's getting in on it. The new folks. What do they call the new
Wisdom?
Yes, yeah. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of
Wisdom.
that. So that's where the Friday night pre-show will be. There'll be Alec Attaway, I think is the guy's name that will be playing there that night. Yep. And then of course Prohibition will be on Saturday, and it'll have Chasin' Aldean, which is the Jason Aldean tribute.
Right.
Myself and Taylor Mason Band, I believe is right.
Okay, great. So you got plenty of things going on.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the last Saturday
September.
of September 2025,
Yes.
because
Yep.
people will actually watch
Yeah.
this show throughout the millennium. So look at your calendars for dates and check what year you're actually watching this.
Yeah.
But they'll keep going on, you know.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This it was a neat statistic, and I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay.
And Blake, if you're listening, and I do get this wrong, be sure to go to the comments of the video and correct me. But I think out of the Wilkes County tourism, I want to say Wilkes County might have been broader than that, but I know for sure in the Wilkes County that it's the number 4 largest tourist drawing event in the county.
Really? Wow.
And
That's
you're
great.
talking up there with Merle Fest, Faith Fest, and the Apple Festival.
Right.
You know,
So that's pretty darn big.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you're a car enthusiast,
Yeah.
right, it's not just one type of car. It's not just a vintage Corvette. It's a whole slew of things.
Yeah, the Rat Rod Festival actually it brings out just every walk of life in the car enthusiast group. I mean, from the guys, the ones that look like the Frankenstein cars that are all welded up, you know, and all of that, to the really slick hot rods. You know, it's really cool. And of course, then you have the moonshine culture aspect of it too.
Right.
There's distillers from all over, you know,
Who are
that come.
participating.
Yeah, and so it's a pretty cool event, and all other vendors as well, artisans of all types, and
Right.
so
Well,
it's a
that's
fun
great.
time. Yeah,
That's great.
Yep.
And you're singing.
Yes,
Are you doing some of your original music?
absolutely. Yeah, we'll be playing a lot of our original stuff along with some of our faithful cover tunes.
Right. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Amy, you got anything? You got a festival coming up, or are you just going to lean on that one?
I'm gonna ride it out to the new year. Christmas parties are coming, and some caterings and some other things.
Plenty of things
Plenty
going
of things
on.
to do. New grandbaby coming in November.
November, a
Yeah.
new baby?
Yeah,
Second
new
grandbaby.
baby.
Do we know yet?
Little girl.
Yeah.
A little girl.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Maylee Kyle.
Wait a minute. So it's a girl and a name already?
maybe.
Maybe.
That-
Maybe Maylee?
Maybe.
Maylee Kyle.
Maylee
But
Kyle.
maybe Maylee.
Yeah.
Maybe Maylee.
Maylee.
It may be Maylee.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Maylee. That's
do too.
nice.
I
Yeah,
do
we
too.
like it.
Maylee.
I love the old-fashioned kind of sound of it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. I like
So,
that. I like
yeah,
that.
so-
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on the family growing. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Congratulations on the cooler weather. That's good.
It is good.
It'll be fall in just a few days,
Yeah.
so it all moves pretty
my
quickly.
favorite.
All right. CJ, Amy, great to see you
Good to
again.
see you.
Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate y'all.
Well, you're welcome. So just so everybody
Man
knows,
behind the-
Tim's back
man
there.
behind
Yeah.
the curtain
So
back
he
there.
says, "Guys, you're not having double vision. There'll be 3 of us.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thanks. I'll
Thank
see
you.
you at almost on the lake.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. How easy was that?
That's good.
Thank you
man.
for spending time with us on Life in Wilkes. We value you as a viewer and appreciate when you share the show with your friends and family. Be sure to bookmark our channel and join us again on the next episode of Life in Wilkes.